Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on CMG VRX Twitter and GoPro daily weekly time frame. So CMG, we had our heads up to the bulls yesterday with our double top. Still had a higher low pattern intact, so certainly wasn't a race to the exit signal or anything like that, but we got the gap up open on the bullish news pre-market, the upgrade, and we've got a nice big move to the upside, seeing continuation. There is an upper wick of profit taking. This is a bearish reversal inverted hammer showing that profit taking, and it's coming off of a key resistance level, and we didn't have many resistance levels on the weekly time frame, but this was one of them. It was up here at 481.63. We broke it by 14 cents and then pulled back. So as far as I'm concerned, that resistance does still stand. And if we do see weakness tomorrow and head back down to 473, the gap to fill is 471.57. And again, we will anticipate it's going to be normal, healthy consolidation. We'll watch how the price reacts to these exponential supports, which have been holding for a very long time. Those will be the first support tests we keep an eye on. And it's really up to a red day tomorrow to confirm this candlestick. Otherwise, the bulls remain in full control. So even if we do pull back, we will look for it to be normal and healthy. The weekly time frame pretty much has to close at about 471 or lower to be a bearish reversal inverted hammer on the weekly time frame. So with 2 trading days left to go, it is certainly entirely possible that we see that kind of pullback. But even if we do, the bulls are in control now of this longer term trend, shifting it to favor. And we will be watching to see where a new higher low is established on the daily time frame. As long as it's above 445.25, that is a higher low. So lots of wiggle room. VRX bounce attempt, weak, rejection from exponential resistance, upper wick of profit taking. We do have a double bottom at 892. Last time we had a double bottom and it broke, we saw a down 5% day. Keep an eye on that break. That's a very clear bearish signal, as there is not much support, and every time traders see that level break, they jump all over it bearish. And that's because of the lack of support and the direction the momentum is going. So new resistance, 922. Exponential resistance has been driving the price to the downside for 3 weeks at this point, and the weekly time frame continues to show absolutely no sign of the bulls. And it is bear's paradise in VRX. Twitter, yet another rejection from the middle Bollinger Band, and this is a consistent pattern where we have a big upper wick rejecting from the daily middle Bollinger Band. That level is at 1467 of resistance. We did get to a higher high, so 1478, and we got to 1479, only by a penny, so not very convincing. Some would call that a double top, and I wouldn't argue against that, but we have to see the close over this middle Bollinger Band to show strength. No one wants to hold Twitter overnight. That's why we see these upper wicks. Bulls are locking in their profits before the closes. The weekly time frame is a bullish reversal candlestick. The goal for the bulls is to close above 1458, that exponential resistance, which has been resistance for months. But if the bulls can close over that, we will back off as bears, let the bulls have their short-term bounce, and be scouting another bearish entry. So keeping an eye on this middle Bollinger Band, 1467, watching to see if the bulls can close above it, and then if they can, they have to break the double top at 1478 and 1479. GoPro on the daily time frame, nice follow through for the bulls. Upper Bollinger Band is resistance, and we have rejected the last attempt over these Bollinger Band levels as well. So we got up to 898, $9 psychological resistance, lining up with that upper Bollinger Band. And as long as we hold the middle Bollinger Band, the bulls have control. So that middle Bollinger Band is 860. It continues to ascend. Close below it, and we'll be looking at a bearish entry because it would be a lower high. And then we close below the middle Bollinger Band. We'll be looking down to a potential lower low if we were to break 857. But until that happens, letting the bulls do their thing. They have seen a nice run up over the past 6 weeks of higher lows and higher highs. We just have to keep in mind the weekly time frame is still very weak. And in order for the weekly time frame to change that, they're going to have to get above 975. So we still need a 10% plus move to the upside in order to break the weekly downtrend. So we do have the weekly middle Bollinger Band resistance rejecting last week. It's currently at 898, and we're currently right there. With 2 trading days left to go, it is entirely possible that the bulls can find the strength to close above that level. And again, I don't like a bearish entry as long as that daily middle Bollinger Band is support. So that's what we've got heading into tomorrow, looking for a potential consolidation in CMG. VRX, bulls nowhere to be found. Twitter, must close over the daily middle Bollinger Band for the bulls to seek some sort of upside. And GoPro, bulls still in control, middle Bollinger Band support. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.